Okay, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Nice weekend. Congrats to Super Bowl, guys. I don't watch Super Bowl, but if your team won, congrats. Right. I did hear that a lot of parties got screwed because of Beckham Jr. Right. So that sucks. But a few things today, guys. A few things that I need to go over. First is SPX. Let's just go over SPX right now. The levels that we have for SPX. If you refer to gamma report in the morning, you already get a head start from the market. You have some points backed by data of what might happen in the market in the for the coming day, right? And there's one very important part in the gamma report that there's a possibility that we can actually have a rally. So let's go over that along with the levels I'll go over. So this is the weekly SPX I have. All right, I'm gonna keep the weekly SPX open here today. And first, we have our levels. 43.75 will act as support, resistance, both right now currently, right? Because that's where I think we're trading near, around 4,400. The most important level today, right? Last week we had 45.20, 45.30, and you guys saw how the market reacted at those levels. But the level today that you want to focus on is near 44.10 plus hold. If 44.10 plus is held, there's a good chance we head all the way towards 4,500. Now, does that mean the market is bullish again? No. In a downtrend, we just happen to get these big bounces, and if you catch them, you make a lot of money, right? Nothing just goes straight down unless we're in a crash or something like COVID happens. But what are the chances of us catching that, right? That those things happen once every few years, right? They don't happen all the time, all right? So playing the downtrend is also a very important skill set, because what happens is they make people bullish, they make people buy calls, and then the market dumps all of a sudden, right? When everything is looking so bullish. The perfect example for this is SEC Limited. I hope you guys are watching pre-market, what's happening with that stock right now, right? Nobody expected for that stock to come this low, and that's exactly what's happening, right? But underneath, obviously, we have 43. 75, then we have 43.44, and then we have all the way towards 4300, obviously, right? But 43.44 and 43.40 will also be very important key support levels. 43.40 is a potential call buying opportunity. If SPX gets to 43.40, it is a possibility to buy some calls and see how this level is held, right? Unless we get some crazy news out in the market that something's going to happen, or now Fed speaker Bullard is speaking. I think we have some Fed speakers speaking this week, so algos will move on their headlines, right? They already know what they're going to say. It's all planned. But the last 2 weeks, SPX did sell off above 4,500. It sold off the week before. It sold off last week. But this week, there's a good chance that we retrace this candle on the weekly. All right, we retrace it. And then, so Monday and Tuesday, the market might hold, which is today. So the market might hold today, and we may go green. All right. And then into OPEX, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? We might get some more volatility to the downside or upside. We see what happens, right? We'll see what data comes out and how it's going to behave. Right? So if SPX, if I was to go on the daily, right? If I was to go on the daily, now the chart does look like it wants lower. Now we already got this downside move from 45.89 all the way towards 44.18. There's a possibility that we go green now and test this support resistance right here. All right, which will be near 44.50, 4,500. That we can rally here, it will look good, and then in the coming 1-2 days we fall further. All right, so something like this is possible, that we go up today, and then tomorrow, Thursday, something might happen, and then we fall again. All right, it's just a scenario that's possible, and we'll see what happens. But today, 44.10 is the most important. This is the number that you want to focus on. 44.10 on SPX. That will give us the direction in which way we're headed. All right, Qs. Same thing. The chart looks the same thing. If SPX rallies, Qs will also, I think, rally. Right, we might retrace 353, 354, and then we see how Tuesday shapes up, and then Wednesday, Thursday, we'll get the proper move, which is gonna go down. Bucky, yes, I already have a MasterCard written. Some charts that I want to go over. Number one, I want to go over is gold. Gold had a very strong day on last week. I was looking at the, I was going through a lot of charts yesterday. Like I spent a lot of time, and gold is finally breaking out. This is the best looking chart in the market right now, in my opinion. In my opinion, gold is the best looking chart. So we have a nice little cup since 2012, right? We based the price, and now we made in the last 12-18 months. We held these levels. We did not break down. We made the cup and the handle pattern. This is a cup and handle does not get any better than this. On the macro level, on the bigger time frame, these patterns are likely to work. All right. So this cup and handle is now breaking out. Gold, I'm gonna give you guys a level. If 175 is held, 200 will be fast. All right. Followed by 250, and this will be a very fast move. All right. 200 will be fast, followed by 250. So gold, you can even buy some equity, because with sorry guys, my nose keeps getting itchy today. But if gold, with the inflation, and if they actually start buying this commodity, if they start buying gold, there's going to be a huge spike. They're not even going to let you chase it. So if gold does break out, if it holds above 175, 200 will be fast, followed by 250. So I recommend buy further out calls. Gold we've been recommending for the last 4 or 5 months, right? LB often goes over this, I go over this, right? And the reason being is the chart is just so beautifully set up, and we always recommend 2023, 2024 calls. So give yourself time for this to play out, because for 2-3 months it might not move, but as soon as it takes out 175 and goes towards 180, 190, the premium on the calls that in gold will increase by a lot. All right, they're actually going to go up by a lot. So that's something that you want to keep an eye out on, because when gold breaks out, it goes up really fast. All right, and this chart is just set up for this on the monthly, is screaming that it's probably going to go up in the coming months now, right? Gold is something that has always gone up in value for the last 5,000 years, right? I don't care if Bitcoin comes, what kind of crypto comes, gold is something that's just not going to go away from this world. It's the reality. All right. That's personally what I believe in. I mean, you may believe in something different if you're a crypto lover, but gold is here to stay. It was here, it's gonna stay when we're gone also. All right, so gold, keep an eye on it. Some charts, MasterCard Bucky, that's on my list. On the monthly, yes, it's making a toppy pattern, Bucky. I agree with you. 380 is not being able to held, right? So let's just go on the daily on MasterCard so we can analyze the play. And lately, guys, personally, I've shifted towards playing more puts, because instead of guessing the market going up, I think downside is easy to guess in this market for me, right? So I've shifted to puts all of a sudden most of my plays, and I'm happy for those, right? If things rally in this market, I'd rather short them than buying them. MasterCard Bucky, I absolutely agree, brother. It's right near resistance, and as long as we don't hold above these levels, we can see lower. But MasterCard, if you wanna, for 1-2 days, we might have a rally for Monday or Tuesday. So I just want to get some good entry. So MasterCard, if it gets to 380, 384, I think that's where we want to take the short and then play. Or if it holds below Friday's low, then we can obviously see lower. But today the market might hold, because into the OPEX, there's a good chance that we sell off this week. There's a good chance. Are we really going to sell up? I have no idea. Maybe on Friday I will be super bullish that we're going to rip up. We'll see what the data comes out and how the market sets up for this. All right, and we do have this 50 that crossed over the 200, also known as the golden cross, right? And if the 50 happens to cross over the 200 again, that's also called a death cross to a downside, right? So MACD is opening to a downside, Bucky. Let's see how this shapes up, and I think we can probably see lower on MasterCard. Then I want to go with energy and financials, but I got some 2 chart requests from some guys from Insta. GPV, green power. I think I went over this chart maybe late in the previous months, but monthly is just a very typical chart pattern. Like many other names, a lot of names that went up during COVID, they went up again, squeezed again, they just sold them off, right? This, I can only tell you one thing by looking at the chart. $10 is the level GPV needs to hold. $10 is must. If 10 can be held, you can approach towards the 200 MA, which is towards 16, 17 by then. If it can get above 10 double digits, it can go up. But this stock was sold off from $44 to $8. So if you're trying to buy this, I highly suggest you look into fundamentals. You want to look into fundamentals to see if the company is worth investing into, right? So all these companies that got sold off, you have to be very confirmed into the fundamentals, their growth, their income, their numbers. That's what you need to look at. Technicals, any chart that looks like this, guys, that got sold off, technicals alone will not be enough. I can tell you this right now. All right, they can keep this stock dead for months and months to come. Okay, so look into fundamentals and then make your decision accordingly. XBC, same thing here. Got sold off from $12 back to $1.79. I mean, look into fundamentals. There's nothing for me to do on this chart, right? If you're playing equity scalps, that's a different story. It's that support. You might get $2 here, but going long and short on these names, you would just simply have to look into the fundamentals, right? This stock, Shivam, if you're listening, fundamentals, you have to look into, understand them, and see if it can go up, right? A stock went from $1 to 12, they brought it back to $1, right? It's a penny stock again. So fundamentals again. Energy sector, I want to go over. It's been really strong. We've been going up a lot. This is a weekly chart. Now, obviously, if we have the Russia-Ukraine news, that's the highlight for the last 6 to 8 weeks now. If we keep getting those news and something keeps happening, now, see, you guys have to understand this. Even the war, all these news that we're getting, they're manipulated. It's all money making at the end of the day. These are the people that are buying and selling this based on those news. They already know what's going to happen, right? We are approaching some resistance near XLE. So for 1-2 weeks, we might even stall here. So the news might even calm down. This chart is telling me that the news might even calm down for 1-2-3 weeks. And in March, they might pick up again. We break through this resistance and go higher. That is a possibility. That's possible. But technical point of view, we're at resistance in energy. And let's see what happens here. If you look at XOM on the weekly, we have this indecisive candle, the star, right? And they announced some buybacks. And if $79 is the level that you want to keep an eye on XOM. If 79 is held, uptrend remains. All right, possibility a retest 74-73 area. All right, because before it broke out, that was the area that it was struggling to get through. So there's a possibility 74-73 area gets retested. But if 79 is held, uptrend remains, and it's going to continue going higher. Right, oil can go so high that we don't even know. Right, last time it went this high was a few years back, some time ago, when they took the gas prices up. Then it stabilized, and now that's what with oil. What happens is, guys, every decade, for 1-2 years, they take this huge spike up, and then they settle the oil for 5-7 years, and then they need something to squeeze it up again, to fight inflation, whatever you want to call it, and so that the price keeps increasing. All right. So if you remember, in 2004, 2003, gas prices were 70 cents, 65 cents, right? Then all of a sudden, in 2007, I believe, when they increased the prices, they went to $1.30, $1.40. People were complaining, and then they were okay paying $1.20, $1.10 for the next 10 years. And now they want to take the prices up again, and soon we'll be paying $2 per liter, and we will be normal with it, right? So all these things are very well planned. Just understand the macro way how it happens, right? And Bitcoin, I'm just gonna go over quickly. On the weekly, so there's a huge, massive double top here, massive double top, right? Do I have crypto myself? Yes, I do. Am I long crypto? Yes, I'm long crypto for the years to come. In case this thing does go ballistic, it keeps going up, I want to be in it, right? I did not buy it when it was 100, 150 in my uni back in days, but now, I did invest when it was 4 or 5K. I don't look at it long term. On the weekly, we do have some resistance about 42, 43K. If 43,000 is not held on Bitcoin, I can tell you one thing: if 43K is not held, 36K likely again. All right, so 43K needs to be above, or else we're gonna go test 36K again on the weekly basis. All right, and again, Monday and Tuesday the market may hold. We might stay green. Okay, we're probably gonna stay green. I don't know, unless we hold below Friday's low. Then yes, we can see more selling happen. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when I'm expecting sell off or red to continue. All right, so today they might give us some positivity. Market may run, we might test up high, and then all of a sudden we'll get the surprise into OPEX, and we'll see how it shapes up. Right, we'll see how it shapes up. Right now it's day to day. Financials I want to go over. We were in some puts. I'm just gonna remove my drawings. Yes, we're having a lot of selling pressure here. XLF, if it fails to, this is a very bearish candle, by the way. If we fail to hold below 40 bucks, financials can see all the way towards 37, followed by 34. All right, but for now, financials are holding up. The $40 level on XLF will have to be held. Right, I got into puts, I think, on Wednesday, I believe. I did scale out a lot on Friday for 100%. The earlier XLF puts I called, I took some losses, but then I recovered. Goldman Sachs also, I sold my puts. I bought them right at the top, and I ended up selling them on Friday. Right, so if I go on the daily channel, I took a lot of profits on Friday, guys, because I had no idea what was going to happen on Monday. And in this market, I want to take my profits because there's no guarantee that it goes down. So maybe Goldman Sachs recovers today, and then maybe in 2-3 days we come down. Right, so I don't want to get stuck in a time decay. Right, same with Microsoft. I took my profits on put because we were sitting right at the 200 MA. All right, Microsoft was sitting right at the 200 MA, and today, if the market holds, we might rally towards 300 again. And then you know what? Tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll short again. If Microsoft continues dipping again here, then we'll continue the falling pressure on the selling, and then buy lower. That's fine, right? But Microsoft, I'm also bearish on, but I'm gonna give it another day or two. I will buy puts again, right? But Microsoft was a great short that we caught. Gurvinder Visa, same thing as MasterCard, right? Bullish if I think it's just holding on to 200 moving day average, and Visa has all these gaps to fill, and I think it does go lower. One way of playing this is buying Visa put 2 weeks out and MasterCard calls a week or two out, and one of them is likely going to more than double, and then overall your position will go up by in net profits. So that's a strategy that you want to look at, a strangle in the same sector but different names. All right, that's something you can play. Uber, very ugly. I think 30 is coming. They sold it off. They had the investors stay. There's a lot of selling volume, and right now we're back at the support zone. Uber, all you need to know, if it breaks 33, we're gonna go visit 25 and 30. All right, 40 was not able to. They were not able to hold 40. Now that the earnings are out of the way, this name can go see. If 33 breaks, we can see 25 on Uber. Right. Personally, I am a long-term investor in Uber. I have some equity, but just technicals, 33 breaks, 25 will be fast. And C Limited, a nice little thing. They made the chart look so beautiful. People bought calls here. We were in spreads. We took our profits. People that held and thought that this is it, this is the bottom, is going up, even though we warned that take your profits, it came back to 143 today. They sold it off. Whatever news came out, I need to look into them. But SC got sold off. And this is a, DKNG, for example, the chart looks beautiful, right? The chart looks beautiful. A lot of charts look like this, but remember, they can sell these again. All right. Same thing with Twitter. They can sell these names off again. They made these charts look really beautiful last week, and then Friday they sold them off. So don't get caught in a downtrend trying to play uptrend. All right. So wait until confirmation, certain levels are held, and we get some positive news. All right. And with that, guys, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful and you guys learned some things. We will be in the premium voice chat. We trade live, and please do join us. And we'll see you guys there. And protect your gains. No need to rush into anything. Read the gamma report one more time if you have to. Right? This is not a market you want to trade every day, but when you trade something, you want to be highly convicted and you want to take your profits fast. And Yash, congrats for your challenge, 1,000% return from 5K to 50K. Right? We'll see you guys back in the